All right, guys, I'm here. Got the probable cause affidavit in my hand, and I'm going to read it carefully to you guys so everybody sees and hears what's in this probable cause affidavit. I just received this about 10 minutes ago. I, the undersigned affiant, submit the following information pursuant to the Indiana Code 3533-7-2 as a sworn affidavit setting forth the facts and circumstances known to law enforcement of Carroll County as the basis for probable cause to arrest without a warrant or to establish probable cause for issuance of an arrest warrant for the above named defendant. That the facts and circumstances described below, which would be sufficient basis for a person's reasonable caution and prudence to believe that the accused has committed or attempted to commit the offense described, that if arrested without a warrant, such would be authorized under Indiana Code 35-33-1-1. That the hearsay statement of witnesses contained herein are considered reliable, credible, due to the witness's personal knowledge and or are corroborated by the totality of the circumstances. All right, now we're going to get into some details, guys. That on February 14th, 2017, victim 1 and victim 2 were found deceased in the woods approximately 0.2 of a mile northeast of the Monon High Bridge in Carroll County. Their bodies were located on the north side of Deer Creek. At the time, the Monon High Bridge Trail was approximately 1 mile gravel trail terminating at the Monon High Bridge. The Monon High Bridge is an abandoned railroad trestle approximately 0.25 miles long, spanning the Deer Creek and Deer Creek Valley on the southeast end of the trail. Approximately 0.7 mile northwest of the trail from the northwestern edge of the Monon High Bridge is the Freedom Bridge, which is a pedestrian bridge spanning State Road 25. Approximately 350 feet of Freedom Bridge was a former railroad overpass over Old State Road 25, also known as County Road 300 North. The trail terminates from just west of the former railroad overpass. The majority of the trail is in a wooded area with a steep embankment on the south side of the trail. The entirety of the trail and the location of the girls' bodies were and are located in Carroll County, Indiana. Through interviews, reviews of electronic records, and review of video of the Hoosier, what does that say? Some type of store. Investigators believe victim 1 and victim 2 were dropped off across from the Mears farm at 1:49 p.m. on February 13, 2017 by redacted. The Mears farm is located on the north side of County Road 300 North near an entrance to the trails. A video from victim 2's phone shows that at 2:13, victim 1 and victim 2 encountered a male subject on the southwest portion of the Monon High Bridge. The male ordered the guys, down the hill. No witnesses saw them after this time. No outgoing communications were found on victim 2's phone after this time. Their bodies were discovered on February 14th, 2017. The video recovered from victim 2's phone shows victim walking southeast on the Monon High Bridge while a male subject wearing a dark jacket, jeans, walked behind them. As the male subject approached victim 1 and victim 2, one of the victims mentioned gun. Near the end of the video, a male is seen and heard telling the guys, down the hill.
So that's something new.
What?
They're actually admitting that there was a gun now in that affidavit.
Yeah, well, that's one of the girls was saying it in the recording.
Right, but they've never actually released that before.
Right. The girls then began to proceed down the hill. The video ends. A still photograph taken from the video and the guys down the hill audio was subsequently released to the public to assist investigators in identifying the male. Victim 1 and victim 2's deaths were ruled as homicides. Clothes were found in the Deer Creek belonging to victim 1 and victim 2, south of where their bodies were located.
So is that by the bridge?
That's going toward Wilson Bridge.
Wilson's Bridge, not our bridge.
Right. There was a .40 caliber unspent round less than 2 feet away from the victim's 2 bodies. Between victim 1 and victim 2's bodies, the round was unspent and had extraction marks on it. So he fired it. The gun was fired.
It was, according to that.
Yep. Interview was conducted with 3 juveniles, which they got them, the 2 of them, they got them redacted. They advised they were on the Monon Higher Bridge Trail on February 13th, 2017. They advised they were walking on the trail toward Freedom Bridge to go home when they encountered a male walking from Freedom Bridge toward the Monon High Bridge. Described the male as kind of creepy and advised he was wearing like blue jeans, a little really light blue jacket, and his hair was gray, maybe a little brown. He did not really show his face. She advised the jacket was a duck canvas type jacket. Advised she said hi to the male, but he just glared at them. She recalled him being in all black and had something covering his face. She described him as not very tall, with a bigger build. She said he was not bigger than 5'10". Advised he was wearing a black hoodie, black jeans, and black boots. She stated he had his hands in his pockets. Showed investigator photographs she took on her phone while she was on the trail that day. The photographs include a photograph of the Monon High Bridge taken at 12:43 p.m. and another one taken at 1:26 p.m. of the bench east of the Freedom Bridge. Advised after she took the photo of the bench, they started walking back toward Freedom Bridge. So I would imagine they're talking right there at the 501-505 split where that bench is. That's what it sounds like they're talking about right here. After she took the photo of the bench, they started walking toward the Freedom Bridge. She advised that was when they encountered the man who matched the description of the photograph taken from victim 2's video. Described the man she encountered on the trail as wearing a blue or black windbreaker jacket. She advised the jacket had a collar and he had his hood up from the clothing underneath his jacket. She advised he was wearing baggy jeans and was taller than her. She advised her head came up to approximately his shoulders. She said hi to the man, and he just said nothing back. She stated she was walking with a purpose, like he knew where he was going. She stated he had his hands in his pockets, kept his head down. She advised he did not get a good look at his face because she believed he was a white male. The girls advised after encountering the male, they continued their walk across the Freedom Bridge and the Old Railroad Bridge over Old State Road 25. Investigators spoke with another witness who advised she was on the trails on February 13th, 2017. Video from the Hoosier Harvest store captured blank video traveling eastbound at 1:46 p.m. toward the entrance across from the Mears farm. Advised she saw 4 juvenile females walking the bridge over Old State Road 25 as she was driving underneath on her way to park. Advised there were no other cars were parked across from the Mears farm when she parked. She advised she walked to the Monon High Bridge and observed a male matching the one victim's second video. She described the male she saw as a white male wearing blue jeans, a blue jean jacket. She also stated he was standing on the first platform of the Monon High Bridge, approximately 50 feet from her. She advised she turned around at the bridge and continued her walk. She advised approximately halfway between the bridge and the parking area from the Mears farm, she passed 2 girls walking toward the Monon High Bridge. She advised she believed the girls were victims 1 and victim 2. Video from the Hoosier Harbor store showed 1:49 p.m. a white car matching vehicle traveling away from the entrance across from the Ramirez farm. Witness advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults other than the male on the bridge. Her vehicle is seen on Hoosier Harbor store video at 2:14 leaving westbound from the trails. Witness advised when she was leaving, she noted a vehicle was parked in an odd manner at the Old Child Protective Services building. She said it was not odd for vehicles to be parked there, but she noticed it was because of the manner it was parked. Back in near the building, investigators received a tip in which he stated he was on his way to Delphi on State Road 25 around 2:10 p.m. on February 13, 2017. He observed a purple PT Cruiser or a small SUV type vehicle parked on the south side of the CPS building. He stated it appeared as though it was backed in as it concealed the license plate of the vehicle. Witness both drew diagrams of where they saw the vehicle parked, and their diagrams generally matched as to the area of the vehicle was parked in the manner in which it was parked. Witnesses advised he remembered seeing a smaller dark-colored car parked at this old CPS building. He described it as possibly being a smart car. Vehicle is seen leaving at 2:28 p.m. on the Hoosier Harbor store video. Investigators spoke with witness who stated that she was traveling east on 300 North on February 13, 2022, and had observed a male subject walking west on north side of 300 North, away from the Monon High Bridge. Advised the male subject was wearing a blue-colored jacket and blue jeans and was muddy and bloody. She further stated that it appeared he had got into a fight. Investigators were able to determine from watching the video from the Harvester store that Blank was traveling on County Road 300 North at approximately 3:57 p.m. Through interviews, electronic data, photographs, and video from the Hoosier Harbor store, investigators determined that there were other people on the trail that day after 2:13 p.m. Those people were interviewed, and none of those individuals encountered the male subject referenced above. Witnessed by juveniles, girls, and Blank. Further, none of these individuals witnessed victim 1 or victim 2. Investigators reviewing prior tips encountered a tip narrative from an officer who identified himself Richard M. Allen in 2017. That narrative stated, Mr. Allen was on the trail between 13:30, which would be 1:30, and what is that? 15:30? 15:30, which would be 3:30. They're putting it in military time, guys. So 1:30 to 3:30. He parked at the old Farm Bureau building and walked to the new Freedom Bridge. While at the Freedom Bridge, he saw 3 females. He noticed one was taller and had brown or black hair. He did not remember this description, nor did he speak with them. He walked from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. He did not see anybody, although he stated he was watching a stock ticker on his phone and also walked. He stated there were vehicles parked at the Monon High Bridge head. However, he did not pay attention to them. He did not take any photographs or video. His cell phone did not list an IMI. Did I have the, let's see. Looks like he had a cell phone, but they couldn't get an IMI number off of it. Investigators believe Mr. Allen was referring to the former Child Protective Service building, as there was not a Farm Bureau building in the area, nor had there been. Investigators believe the females he saw included Blank and Blank to the time they were leaving the trail, the time he reported getting to the trail, and the description the 3 males gave. Investigators discovered Richard Allen owned a 2017, a 2016 black Ford Focus, and a 2006 gray Ford 300 or 500. Investigators observed a vehicle that resembled Allen's 2016 Ford Focus on the Hoosier Harbor Store video at 1:27 p.m. traveling westbound on County Road 300 North in front of the Hoosier Harbor Store, which coincided with his statement that he arrived around 1:30 at the trails. Investigators note witnesses described the vehicle parked at the former Child Protective Service building as a PT Cruiser, small SUV, or a smart car. Investigators believe those descriptions are similar to nature to a 2016 Ford Focus. On October 13th, 2022, Richard Allen was interviewed again by investigators. He advised he was on the trail on February 13th, 2017. He stated he saw juvenile girls on the trail east of Freedom and that he went on to the Monon High Bridge. Richard Allen further stated he went on to the Monon High Bridge to watch the fish. Later in his statement, he said he walked out onto the first platform of the bridge. He stated then walked back, sat on the bench, on the trail, and then left. He stated he parked his car on the side of an old building. He told investigators that he was wearing blue jeans and a blue or black Carhartt jacket with a hood. He advised he may have been wearing some type of head covering as well. He further claimed he saw no one else except for the juvenile girls he saw east of the Freedom Bridge. He told investigators that he owns firearms and they are at his home. Richard Allen's wife, Kathy Allen, also spoke to investigators. She confirmed that Richard Allen did have guns and knives at the residence. She also stated that Richard Allen owned a blue Carhartt jacket. On October 13, 2022, investigators executed a search warrant for Richard Allen's residence at 1967 North Whiteman Drive, Delphi, Carroll County, Indiana. Among other items, officers located jackets, boots, knives, firearms, including a Sig Sauer, that's a handgun, model P226 40 caliber pistol with serial number. There you got the serial number. Between October 14th in 2022 and October 19th, 2022, the Indiana State Police performed analysis on Allen's Sig Sauer model P226. The laboratory performed a physical examination and classification of firearms function test, barrel and overall length measurement, test firing, ammunition component characterizations, microscopic compulsion, and NIBAN. The laboratory determined that the unspent round within the 2 feet of the victims had been cycled through Richard Allen's firearm. The laboratory remarked, an identification opinion in which when the evidence exhibits an agreement of class characteristics and a sufficient agreement of an individual's marks. Sufficient agreement is related to the sufficient duplication of random, striated, impressed marks as expressed by the correspondence of a pattern or combination of patterns on surface contours. The interpretation of identification is subjective in nature and based on relevant scientific research, the reported examiner training and experience. Investigators then ran firearm and found the firearm was purchased by Richard Allen in 2021. Richard Allen voluntarily came to the Indiana State Police Post October 26, 2022. He spoke with investigators that he never allowed anyone to use or borrow the Sig Sauer firearm. When asked about the unspent bullet, he did not have an explanation for why the bullet was found between the bodies of the girls. He again admitted that he was on the trail but denied knowing victim 1 and 2 and denied any involvement in their murders. Carroll County Sheriff's Department detective has been part of the investigation since starting in 2017. He has had opportunity to review, examine evidence gathered in the investigation. The detective, along with other investigators, believe the evidence gathered showed that Richard Allen is the male subject seen on the video from victim 2's phone who forced the victims downhill. Further, the victims were forced down the hill by Richard Allen, leading to the location where they were murdered. Through the statements and photographs of the juvenile females and the statements of witnesses and were at the southeast edge of the trail at 12:43 p.m. east of Freedom Bridge at 1:26 p.m., walked across the former railroad overpass over Old State Road 25 about after 1:26 p.m. and before 1:46 p.m. They walked the entirety of the trail and observed only one person, an adult male, which is seen on Hoosier Harbor Store video at 1:46 and leaving at 2:14. She stated she only saw one adult male and described the male in similar manner, wearing similar clothing, leaving investigators to believe all four saw the same male individual. Investigators believe the male observed is the same male depicted in the video from victim 2's phone due to the description of the male by the four females matching the male in the video. Furthermore, victim 2's video was taken at 2:13 p.m. and saw only one male while she was on the trail from approximately 1:46 to 2:14 p.m. Investigators believe Richard Allen was the male seen by the victim. I don't know if they want to use witnesses or what, but and the male seen in victim 2's video. Richard Allen told investigators he was on the trails from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. that day. Video from Hoosier Harbor Store shows a vehicle that matches the description of Richard Allen's vehicle passing at 1:27 toward the former CPS building. The clothing he told investigators he was wearing matches the clothing of the male in victim 2's video and the clothing descriptions provided by witnesses. A vehicle matching the description of his 2016 Ford Focus is seen at or around 2:10, 2:14, and 2:28 p.m. at the former CPS building. Through his own admissions, Richard Allen walked the trails, eventually hiked to the Monon High Bridge, walked out onto the Monon High Bridge. The male subject matching Richard Allen's description was not seen on a trail after 2:13 p.m. Investigators identified other individuals on the trails or County Road 300 North between 2:30 p.m. and 4:11 p.m. None of these individuals saw a male subject matching the description of Richard Allen on the trail. Furthermore, Richard Allen stated he only saw 3 girls on the trail who investigators believe to be witnesses.
Yep.
Let me get back up here. Wait a minute. That must be the end of it. Yep, that's the end of it. Investigators believe Richard Allen was not seen on the trail after 2:13 p.m. because he was in the woods with the victims 1 and 2. An unspent .40 caliber round between the bodies of victim 1 and victim 2 was forensically determined that Richard Allen was found at Allen's residence, and he admitted to owning it. Investigators were able to determine that he had owned it since 2001. Richard Allen stated he had not been on the property where the unspent round was found, that he did not know the property owner, and that he had no explanation to why a round selling through the firearm would be at the location. Furthermore, he stated he never allowed anyone to use his. It's just repeating the same thing over and over. But that's it right there. 7 pages of a probable cause explaining why they believe that Richard Allen is responsible for the deaths of Libby and Abby, guys.
Okay, so in there, let's go back. Did you send that to me?
It's in the email.
Okay, let me get it.
Yes, Andrea, this is what the judge released today. I got the notification that she was releasing it, and maybe 2 minutes later, somebody sent me a copy of it.
All right, hang on. I'm downloading it. Because there's some big information in here.
Oh, yeah.
That I want to go over with the viewers here real quick. My boss was nice enough to let me
take the rest of the day off.
Well, no, I have to make it up at the end of the day here. Okay, so
Miss Haunted Parlor, I would say Richard Allen, from my experience seeing him in person, I would say he's no more than 5'5", 5'6".
But you know how the other night Mr. Jensen told us how to figure out the height?
Yeah.
One of our viewers came back and they did that. And they got him between 5'4" and 5'6".
Yeah. Was that a cold case that did that?
No, this was another viewer of ours.
Okay.
Okay, so they were dropped off by the Mears farm. We know that.
Yep.
They encountered a male subject on the southeast portion of the bridge. They ordered the guys down the hill. No witnesses saw them after that. We know that. So in here it says the video recovered from victim 2's phone shows victim 1 walking southeast on the bridge, while a male subject wearing a dark jacket and jeans walks behind her. So they didn't show that part.
Right.
So they have video of him walking behind Abby.
Yep.
On the bridge. Okay. He approaches them. One of the victims mentions gun. Now we know that why they didn't run.
Yep.
Because he did have a gun. So near the end of the video, a male is seen and heard telling the girls go down the hill. The girls then begin to proceed down the hill and the video ends.
Make sure there was only 7 pages because it didn't seem right. It should have been had a thing at the bottom of it, a signature or something. I didn't see it.
No, I only have 7 pages.
Okay.
It's 7 of 8. So where's the 8th page?
I don't know. That might be the signature page.
Okay. So then clothes were found in the Deer Creek belonging to victim 1 and victim 2, south of where the bodies were located. Are you sure that Wilson's Bridge is south?
Yes.
And not?
It's south.
Okay.
Because the north end of the bridge is where they got on the bridge to go to the south end. So if you follow the creek around that bend, it goes straight like the bridge does. So you're going south.
No.
Yes. Once you cross the bend where Ron Logan's, where they found the girls, if you're standing there at the creek and look to your left, you're going south.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so then we know that clothes were found going towards Wilson's Bridge.
And a gun was fired. We know that much too.
Right. And we know that a .40 caliber round was less than 2 feet from victim 2's body, between victim 1 and victim 2's bodies. The round was unspent and had extrication marks on it, meaning that gun was fired.
Yep.
So interviews were conducted by 3 juveniles. They advised they're walking on the trail. Described the male as kind of creepy. So these witnesses described the man as creepy. And he was wearing light blue jeans and a light blue jacket, and his hair was gray, maybe a little brown, and he did not really show his face. It was a duck canvas type jacket. What does that mean?
I have no clue. Yeah, it was an unspent round, so that means the gun was not fired, but they were able to test it with his gun to see if striations from like the clip, if the round was in the chamber, they'll be able to tell that and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So she described him as not very tall with a bigger build. She said he was not bigger than 5'10".
Now you understand why they took everything off the FBI's poster.
Right.
The weight, the height.
Advised he was wearing a black hoodie black jeans, and black boots. And he had his hands in his pockets. She showed investigators photographs that she took on her phone while she was on the trail that day.
Oh, that's got a message. Somebody wants me to check.
The photographs include a photo of the Monon High Bridge taken at 12:43 p.m. and another one taken at 1:26 p.m. of the bench east of Freedom Bridge. Advised she took the photo of the bench and they started walking back to the bridge. She advised that when she encountered the man who matched the description of the photograph taken from victim two's video, she described the man she encountered on the trail as wearing a blue or black windbreaker jacket.
I'm getting ready to send you a picture of the duck jacket.
Okay.
Send it to your messenger.
Baggy jeans and taller than her. Her head came up to approximately his shoulders.
All right, just send that black jacket to your messenger.
She advised she did not get a good look at his face, but believed him to be a white male. Okay. So we know that this Hoosier Harvest store So she advised approximately halfway between the bridge and the parking area across from Mears Farm, she passed two girls walking towards the bridge. She advised she believed the girls were victim 1 and victim 2. Video from the Hoosier Harvest store shows at 1:49 p.m. a white car matching victim 1 and victim... No, hang on.
That's right.
White car matching a vehicle traveling away from the entrance across from the Mears Farm. Advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults other than the male on the bridge. Her vehicle is seen on Hoosier Harvest store video at 2:14, leaving westbound from the trails. Blank advised when she was leaving, she noted a vehicle was parked in an odd manner at the old Child Protective Service building. She said it was not odd for vehicles to be parked there, but she noticed it was odd because of the manner it was parked.
Yep. Hide its license plate or something.
It was backed in near the building, exactly, so that they could not
run the
get
plates.
The license plate. Investigators received a tip from Blank in which he stated he was on his way to Delphi on State Road 25 around 2:10 p.m. He observed a purple PT Cruiser or small SUV type vehicle parked on the south side of the CPS building. He stated it appears as though it was backed in as to conceal the license plate of the vehicle. Yeah. And both of them drew diagrams of where they saw the vehicle. He said he remembered seeing a small dark colored car parked at the old CPS. He described it as possibly being a smart car. Interesting. Renee, thank you so much for the super sticker.
She's the one that sent me a picture of that duck jacket. It's in your messenger.
All right. Through interviews, electronic data, photographs, and video, they determined there were other people on the trail that day after 2:13 p.m. And none of them encountered the man. And none of them saw victim 1 and 2.
What time was that?
After 2:13.
Well, of course, that's when the video was shot of Libby taking the photo or the video. About the same time. But like I was telling people, they were questioning me, are they going to put anything in there explaining? And I said, there's not going to be any type of evidentiary evidence in there. Maybe they might give a little, and all they gave was the bullet round they found.
Yes, but why did it says his cell phone did not list an EMEI, but did have the following. Why didn't it register?
He might have been using a burner phone, but it wasn't turned on, but he was able to pick up Wi-Fi from it.
Okay. So the cars that he had, so the PT Cruiser, small SUV or smart car, investigators believe those descriptions are similar in nature to his 2016 Ford Focus.
Olivia wants to know if you can reread the part where he is seen on video.
Yes, I'm going to get that.
There's the burner phone we've been talking about.
Yep.
And now my opinion, now they're going to connect him to the Anthony shots. He's using a burner phone.
I'm looking for that part, Olivia, so keep talking while I look for that.
Yeah, I'm starting to put a little bit of a picture together now. So Klein's. And by the way, people, yes, I made contact with Keegan Klein. Finally, what was it? Sunday or Monday?
Yeah. Yesterday.
And he was in a pissed off mood accusing me of harassing his fiance. And I have never spoke to anybody on a personal level that he knows personally. So I went off on him and told him he had the wrong mother ucker. I said, man, you're not the man I thought you was going to be. And then I started messing with him, throwing Richard Allen's name in his face and talked about how he lived right down the street from him in Peru, and then how Richard Allen lived in the same town his grandfather did. And he would not respond for nothing. Then I really tried to piss him off. I said, man, it's snack time. I think I'm going to have some Twinkies.
All right, Investigators believe the male observed by witness 1 and witness 2, I'm just going to say, is the same male depicted in the video from victim 2's phone due to the description of the male by the 4 females matching the male in the video.
I got a picture of the car.
Furthermore, victim 2's video was taken at 2:13 p.m. and Blank saw only one male while she was on the trail from approximately 1:46 p.m. to 2:14 p.m.
Jeremy?
Yes, the male seen.
Send a picture of it to you.
Wow. I don't know. I think this is pretty darn incriminating.
Yep, I do too.
Well, how does this clothes change from blue to black? Depends on who the person is looking at them.
Yeah, how dark the color is and things like that. They might misinterpret it for black if it's real dark blue. You never know.
I'm looking for this answer from David. Do you remember what it said?
No. I would have to go back and look at it myself.
All right, I'm looking.
All right, give me a second. I'll pull it up on my phone. $253. 213.
$253. Why am I not getting a hit on that?
They got him. They show him traveling on a video camera or somebody in bloody clothes and muddy at 3:57 p.m. on County Road 300 North.
Yeah.
And he was walking.
Wow. Okay, so I think what we should do here is I mean, you guys all heard it, but I think what we should do, Frank, is after I get done with work,
Go back live again.
go back live and give me enough time to actually read through all of this.
Right.
And then go back live tonight and discuss this.
Well, you want to give it time now and we'll just create a thumbnail for it?
Yeah, there's no word of another party involved. Because I really want to break this down. There's a lot of information in here.
I mean, him putting himself there at those times and they found one of his rounds from his gun between the girls. I mean, that's enough probable cause right there to arrest him.
Right. Exactly. All right, so let's go live. Oh crap, I got to make a phone call after work. Let's go live at 6:30 your time.
Okay. No problem. Everybody spread the word to be back here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I will create the
Thumbnail.
thumbnail and everything as soon as I get done with work.
All right.
Because now I got to work till
5:30, 4:30.
4:30 or 4. Because I just took a half an hour. So.
All right, guys. We'll be back 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure everybody tunes in. Bring all your friends, family, whoever you can get to join us. We'll be back, guys.
All right.
Bye, guys. Peace out. One love.
Bye.
Bye.